If you enjoy this type of pattern, please tap that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Do you have pattern tutorial ideas? I'm all ears. At yarnspirations.com you can review the free pattern. Scroll down and see the rating and reviews from others. Read the pattern yourself. Better yet, share your tips or advice by leaving a meaningful comment, as it helps others. I actually use those comments myself when I'm struggling to understand the pattern. Share some advice on things that you've learned in the pattern, or even just leave a nice note of appreciation. Welcome back to the Crochet Creative. So my friends over at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to do the study of possibilities. This is part 1 of 4. In part 1 what we're going to do is just a quick overview of the pattern, and then we're going to begin working with our octagons. We are not going to finish this octagon in the end of this video. We're going to leave one round short, because the final round we're going to be able to put them together. So there's no sewing of these octagons together. It's a join as you go, which I'll cover in part number 2. So our goal today is to get yourself started, and let's just take a quick look through the pattern. In my sample I used Caron 1 pound yarn. There's a total of 7 colors. You use approximately half a ball of each color, if not a little bit more than a half a ball, and so you'll have a lot of yarn left over when it comes to this if you're doing it in this format. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. A lot of us have yarn stash. That it's probably not a problem. So what we're using is a 6mm size J crochet hook. The abbreviations list is extremely long because there's a lot of texture that is happening, so you can see that here. And what I would do with that if I were you is just don't worry about that until you actually hit it on the pattern. And what I provided to you starting on page number 3 is that we're going to start with the octagon, and you need to make a total of 8 of them. And so this is where on number 3 that the octagons will start, and it will take you all the way through, and you're going to end in part number 1 at the end of number 17, and then the final round you're going to join as you go, as you see here, but we're going to cover that in part number 2. So do not join those together at the end of number 17. The fastest way to crochet anything like this is to do it like an assembly line. I do one prototype, and then what I do is the rest of them is that I just, so you can see they're all in the yellow, so I'll do the next row, or sorry, round on each one of these, and then the next and next, and so by the time I'm done all of these will be finished at the exact same time. So that's what I would recommend. So anytime there's a color change, just move to the next motif, bring it up to where you are, and etc. And this is an assembly line type of crochet, so it's like cars. They build cars faster when it's an assembly line. You can crochet faster if it's like this, because you can remember the steps that you just did on one and just take it to the next and next. So without further ado, we're gonna get ourselves started. We're gonna move right to page number 3 and begin to look at this more carefully. So the color breakdown is available to you. You can see that with A, that means color, and you have that all being included. For myself, I'm going to show you this sample, and I used Red Heart Super Saver Ogo in this, and I did not change the colors intentionally. It's just as it came out of the Ogo. So that's something that you can do for yourself, but when you're using this type of yarn you can see that it will change anytime it wants to. So maybe that's a deal breaker for you, maybe you don't mind. That's something that you have to keep in mind. This particular pattern here is done color, sorry, the color change is intentional. What you're seeing here, the sample, is the final round is done, but what I'm going to do is stop one round short of doing the final round, and then show you how to join them together so you don't have to sew, but that'll be in part number 2. So without further ado, we're gonna get ourselves started right in the very center. So I'm going to start now, and I'm going to use the colors as suggested in the pattern. Just for the sample I did do the practice version with my Ogo, just to make sure that the pattern is working. So it's an easier way to do it without changing color so much. So I'm going to do it as written. So we're going to start with Espresso, that's the color A, and I want you to get your hook ready, and let's begin to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now the 4th chain from the hook way back here, the starting one, is going to have 12 double crochets in it. So let's count those out together. So we have 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So with that chain that you skipped over, that doesn't count as one. So count the rest of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and then join it with the top of the first double crochet. So ignore this chain. That chain being there helps hide the gapping space of a join, so you have a complete closure. So if you covered over top of your straggler, make sure that you can cut it, and if you didn't, use a tapestry needle to hide it in. This is an intermediate level pattern, so hopefully you know some of those skills already. Let's begin round number 2. In round number 2 we're gonna keep this color going for one more time, and I'm gonna show you a cheating technique at the end of this video, or at the end of this segment. So what we have is that we're going to chain 3, and in the same one that you have the join, you're going to apply another double crochet in there. So each one of the double crochets stitches that you have, there will be 2 double crochets in each. And what I want you to do is do that, and maybe at the end of this round where I'm gonna show you a little cheating technique to help you make it look more finished. It's not written in the pattern. This is just something that I know and I can share with you. So 2 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. There should be 12 groups of 2, and I'll be right back in a moment. So I'm coming to my very last one, and normally what you would have done is that you would have put 2 double crochets into that last one, but watch what happens when you join it. Let me just show you first, and I'll show you my cheating technique. You end up with a gapping space right at the very end of the circle. How you can get rid of that, watch. This is not written anywhere. This is just my own cheating technique. So make sure that you still only have your 12 groups. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and this is the 12th one. So the first double crochet is in. I'm going to do a 2 together with double crochet in order to make this space go away. So what you wanna do is you wanna double crochet into the same one, okay? So that would be like you were doing it. When you go in, you're gonna pull through 2 and hold it. Don't finish that stitch. See this right here? This is not a stitch. This is just a space that's created when you go to join. So what I want you to do is wrap the hook going into that space and pull through 2. And this technically is a 2 together double crochet using that space, and when you pull through all 3 loops, what this will do is it'll put this so that it closes the space completely, and then you can just join to the top of the chain 3. It's a cheating technique for making spaces go away. And by the way that when I did it, these 2 together, see that's only still 1 stitch on top. So if I would have added that extra stitch in there to hide that, it would have made my counts out of alignment. So what I want to do at this moment is that I want to break this yarn. I'm gonna show you how to break it one time in this video series, and then the rest of it is completely up to you. So trimming the yarn, pull through, and I'd highly recommend that you do this as you go, because it'll be a lot easier, because when you turn it around and have all these tails hanging out, it may make you scream pretty loud. So what I want to do is get a tapestry needle and then hide that in, and I'll show you how next. So with the tapestry needle, just feed the yarn in and make sure it's on the, you're looking at the back of it, so you can tell the difference, especially if you're a level crocheter. You probably can tell the difference between right side and wrong side. So turn to the back side of the work and just glide it through some of the stitch work and go once, and when you pull on it, don't change the shape, and go back in the opposite direction. This is twice, and finally 3rd time is a charm. Okay, so you'll want to do that every time you change colors. Again, I recommend that you do it as you go, because you're gonna have your 8. So what I would do if I were you at this point is that you have to do 8 of these octagons. I would do the other 7 to this point, and then bring me up, and then do round number 3. So that's what I would do if I were you, and I'll leave that in your hands to make that decision. So we're gonna move on to round number 3 next. With the color B, in my case it's sunflower, I want you to put the slip knot on the hook first, and we're going to do a standing double crochet. And what we need to do is that we need to split apart these double crochets that are into the same stitch. So let's start exactly where we finished. Now what you're going to do is that you're going to put, you have this on the hook, wrap the hook but pinch it down with your finger right here so it doesn't spin, and you're gonna go in between the 2 posts, and you're gonna go through, keeping your finger on that loop. Pull through 2 and 2, and that was a standing double crochet, and this means that the starting strand is up here instead. And in the same space I want you to place in 2 more double crochets, and what I would do is put that strand so that the next two will catch underneath the stitch. Now the pattern states to skip the next 2 double crochet, which is technically right. So you're gonna skip these 2 and you're gonna go into the next space after it. So just look, it's just easier. See, this is sharing the same one. You're coming into the next space that will split those apart, and you'll put in 3 double crochets there too, and you're gonna do that all the way around. Okay, so nice and easy. So you skip the next 2 and you're gonna come into the space. You see it, it's right there, and put in 3. So do this all the way around. Be careful on the one that you did that 2 together, kind of the special technique, and I will be back in just a moment and I'll be at the end of the round. So as I'm coming all the way around, I want to keep on moving on the pattern, and this is where I did that special 2 together. It looks a little bit obvious because you're so close to it, but once you get more of this work done, it becomes really kind of hidden in the background. And so the stitch counts are provided on the pattern if you need to know that, and what you want right now that you see, there's 12 groups of 3 double crochet, and I want to join it to the top of the first standing double crochet. Okay, and this color is technically done, and I want you to weave in the ends and get rid of that color, and we'll move on to round number 4. And what I would do is the rest of the 7 of these, do this, and then I'll be right back in a moment. So put me on pause and join me back to start round number 4 in a moment. In round number 4 we're going to start with the loop on the hook already, and I want you to come in between any group of the 3 double crochets. Okay, there's a group and there's a group. So go right into a space, and I want you to do a standing single crochet this time. So with it already on the hook, pull the yarn through. See those 2 loops? Pull through the 2, and that's a standing single crochet. It looks a lot more consistent than joining it, chaining 1, and then single crocheting. That's why I do that. So what I want to do is that I want to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. This is a fast round, and I want you to come into the next space after these 3 double crochet, and you're using this color to separate those apart from each other. So chain 3 and then come into the space, and I need you to do that all the way around, and you're gonna be ending this color at the end of this round, and this is number 4. And again, I would do the rest of your motifs, and I'm gonna assume that you're going to do that, and you can do anything you wish, but that's what I'm gonna assume. So please do this all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of number 4 in a moment. So I'm coming all the way around, so chain 3, and I want to join it to the first standing single crochet, and this will be the end of this color already. And let's get rid of this off the hook, and let's begin number 5 with a fresh new color D. In my case it'll be aqua. Let's begin number 5. You're going to go into any of these chain 3 spaces. You can choose whatever one you want, and I want you to do a standing single crochet. So let's start with a slip knot first, and just come right into the space with it already on the hook, and yarning over, pulling it through, and then pull through the 2, and that's a standing single crochet. So now I want you in the same space to put in 4 more single crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now the next chain 3 space and the remaining of them all the way around is going to have 5 single crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then move to the next space, and etc. Please do this all the way around for round number 5. So I'm coming all the way around on the end of number 5, and I'm just going to join it with the first standing single crochet. This color is now technically done, so weave in your ends and get rid of this color, and we'll start round number 6 in a moment. Okay, let's begin number 6. So it's gonna get a little more complicated now, but nothing that you can't handle. I want you to go to the middle single crochet of any of the chain, or any of the 5 single crochets. So go to the middle one, and I want you to start with a standing double crochet first. To do that, if you recall, is that you put it on the hook, hold it so it doesn't spin around, and going into the middle single crochet and go right up over top of the straggler so that it hides it underneath. So we have that. In the same stitch I want you to apply 5 more double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm gonna pull that straggler so it's a little tighter. So now we're going to do an extended single crochet front post, and we're gonna do it, see this purple one here, that is the 4th round. So what I want to do is that I want to go in there, so just it's an extended single crochet front post. So just going right in to the front post only, and you're just going to yarn over it and pull through, and you're gonna give it a bit of slack, and then you'll finish it. And that's a single crochet front post. Okay, that's an extended version. So now in the next grouping of 5, I want you to put in the middle one 6 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then coming down here, it's again the single crochet extended front post. So going in, yarning over, pulling it through, pull a little bit of slack, make sure it matches the same slack that you did, and then finish it. And then come to the middle one of the next grouping of 5 single crochets and put put 6 double crochets there. And you want to do that all the way around. It's gonna look like a flower at the end of this round, and that's what I need you to do. And this will conclude then number 6, and I'll see you at the end of the row, or at the end of the round in a moment. So when I come all the way around, don't forget that you still have to do this one down here as a front post extended single crochet, and then you're just going to join it to the top of the first standing double crochet. This color is technically done. Okay, so get rid of this color, and we'll move on to round number 7 in a moment. As we start round number 7, you're going to notice it's very three-dimensional. The middle part is picking off of the back side. Do you see that? It's kind of standing off, so it's pretty good. And we're going to begin with a standing single crochet back post around 2 of the middle double crochets in the grouping of 6. So what this means is that you're going to go to see the 6, and you're gonna go around the 2 middle ones at the same time. So this is a standing single crochet in the back post. So just coming from the back, make sure it's on the hook first, and you want to go around 2 of the middle. So 1 and 2 and back to the back side. And you're just going to yarn over, pulling it through, and you'll have 2 loops on the hook. So it's a bit fiddly just to get started, and then you're gonna pull through the 2. And so that was a standing single crochet on the back post using the 2 middles right here. So let's begin, and we're going to continue along. So we're going to chain 2, and you're going to skip the next 2 double crochet, and see this one right here, it's the extended single crochet front post, and what you're going to do is apply 1 popcorn. Now in the pattern we have the stitch abbreviations and what those are, and let's quickly review that. So now we're going to apply a popcorn right here. Do you see that? And you're going to put in 5 double crochets into that same stitch. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And once that's done, release it off the hook and come to the beginning one. It's the first one of the grouping of 5. Go from the front to the back side and grab that loop and pull through. And then what we have to do is that we have to finish it off, and we're going to chain 1 to finish it, to close it off. Then you're going to chain 2. So 1 and 2, and then you're going to do the back post again right here. So we're gonna come into the next, see it's like a petal, you're gonna go around both of the 2 of the middle. So from the back side it's a front post, it's a back post single crochet using the 2 middle posts, and that will help pull it backward. So now chain 2 and then popcorn into this next one down here. So these popcorns are sitting in between these petals that are jumping up. So the popcorn consists of 5 double crochet, and once the 5 are done, release it, go to the first one, put the loop back on, pull it through, and then chain 1 to close it, and then chain 2 to move on, and then come to the next petal, and it's a back post single crochet using the 2 middle like that. Okay, so I need you to do that all the way around, and I'll be back at the end of round number 7 in a moment. When you get to the end of round number 7, you're just doing your popcorns as you know it. Chain 1 to lock it, and then chain 2 to move on, and you're going to join it with the beginning back post single crochet that you started with, and that's the end of round number 7. So get rid of this color, and we're gonna move on to round number 8. Let's begin number 8. I'm going back to the color B. This is sunflower. So I want to go into a single crochet back post. Okay, it can be any one of those, and you want to join it with a single crochet, a standing single crochet, sorry. Okay, so you're gonna do that. Now this next space before the popcorn, there's gonna be a total of 3 single crochets in that space. So 1, 2 and 3, and I want you to jump over the popcorn and come into the space on the other side of that popcorn and apply 3 single crochets there. So 1, 2, 3. So this isolates the popcorn so it looks like it's just floating. Once you have that done, you're going to single crochet in the next back post single crochet here, and then restart that again. So coming into the space before the next popcorn, 3 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3. Go to the other side of the popcorn and come into the space, 3 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and then come into the back post single crochet there, and just place a 1, and then do that all again. Okay, so do that all the way around for round number 8. So I'm coming to the end of number 8, just filling in what I know. We've already done the first single crochet in the back post there. Do you see that? We did that one. So that's where you're gonna join, is the first standing single crochet. This is the end of this color, and you're gonna eliminate this one, and let's move on to number 9. Okay, so let's begin around number 9. So 9 and 10 work together, so I believe that the base of a petal and the petal itself should be the same color. So you will see that tip in the instructions. So with the color F, in this case it's going to be green here that I want, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go into a single crochet that is over top one of these right here. Okay, this is the back post here, and that's the one I want. So I want to join this with a standing single crochet, and then starting with the next ones I want to do the next 6 in a row. So just single crochet the next 6 in a row. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And then what I want to do is that I want to chain 2. This is going to create a space for a new petal in the future, and then starting in the very next one, do the next 7 in a row, and you will notice the consistency going all the way around once we do that. So starting in the very next one, so we're just gonna do the next one here. So we're gonna do the 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then chain 2 and go start in the next one and do the next 7, and you're gonna do that all the way around, and that's how you will do number 9, and I'll be back in just a moment. So I'm coming all the way back around here, and I'm doing my final one. Remember, there's 7 single crochets in a row. So I got 5, 6 and 7, and I want to chain 2, and I want to join it to the first beginning standing single crochet. I need to end this yarn here, and I'm gonna break it. That just means to trim it off and weave in the ends, because where I need to start next is not where I am, and I need to have a fresh new start using the same color, and we're going to move on to round number 10. So please weave in your ends, and I'll be back in just a moment. So round number 10 is actually physically a petal. So when we are done this, it's going to look really cool. And what I need you to do is that I need you to look between a span of the 7 single crochets between a chain 2. It can be any one of them, and I want you to go for the middle one. Okay, so it's the 4th one away, no matter which direction you look for, because there's 7, it's an odd number, so you have one right in the middle, and I need you to join it with a standing single crochet. Now looking to the chain 2 space that's next, we're going to make this petal, and to do that we're going to put in 3 double crochets first. So we have 1, 2 and 3. Then you're going to do 2 trebles. So we have 1 and 2. So that's 1/2 of a petal. Chain 2 to split the petal in 2, and in the same space you're gonna start with 2 trebles. So you're just gonna do the opposite to what you just did. So do 2 trebles first, and then 3 double crochet, and that'll bring it back down to being narrow again. So 1, 2 and 3, and there is 1 petal. Now you're going to go to the middle one of the next grouping of 7. So just go there and single crochet in, and then do another petal. So just reach to the chain 2, and let's review one more time. So you'll do 3 double crochets to start, 2 trebles to get a little bit taller, chain 2, and then 2 trebles again, and then 3 double crochet to finish that petal off. So there's another petal done. So then you're just gonna come to the middle one of the next group of 7, single crochet, and repeat that all the way around. So rinse and repeat, and this is what it will look like, and it will be really awesome, and I'll see you at the end of round number 10 in a moment. So I've just done my last petal, and all I just need to do then is to slip stitch to the beginning, standing single crochet, and then it's done. So the stitch counts are provided to you on the pattern if you want to if you want to confirm anything that you need. So we're now going to eliminate this yarn, and we're now going to begin round number 11, starting with a new foundation base for the next set of petals that will go in, and we're gonna be using the color D. In my case it'll be aqua. Let's begin round number 11. It's a little bit complicated, so just bear with me as we work this out together. And so what we need to do is that we need to join with a standing single crochet to the single crochet between the petals. So it's this. Okay, do you see that? It can be any one of them, it doesn't matter. And you're going to join it with the standing single crochet here. So we're creating the foundation base to get this to go. And what we have to pay attention to is where these petals are and where this is going into. So we're now going to chain 2, and we're going to apply 1 single crochet into the same one that you did the join. So this will create the looping that you need, just like you did with here. And this petal in the future will appear in between the 2. Now we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and I need you to separate, see this petal? I need you to separate these out, and you're going to access the chain 2 that is down here. Okay, so when you go, just come in from behind and just access it, and then come in like this. And what this is doing is it's creating see, you don't even see it. It's just creating a stable environment for this to work onto. So now you're gonna chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and now come to the single crochet between the next set of petals. So we have a single crochet, chain 2, and then single crochet in to the same one. So these should always stay in the front. Okay, and if you pull it apart you can see where you did that join there. So let's chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and just separate those 2 trebles right in the center and access it, and single crochet, and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then come into the next single crochet between the petals. So single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and this is creating a background base of what you will be using in the future. Okay, so your petals will be in between. So please do this all the way around. This is round number 11. So I'm coming all the way around on number 11, and I want to join it to the first. So I've got my chain 3 after I've done my piece here, and I'm going to join it with the standing single crochet. So like before when we were doing the petals, we need to realign where we are. So we need to end this yarn. Boop, done. And I'm gonna pull through, and I want to weave this in because where we need to start will be right in the single crochet that is hidden behind the petal. Okay, so it'll be right here. So let's begin to do that in a second, and this is moving on to round number 12, and we're using the same color to continue. In my case it'll still be aqua. Let's do number 12 in a moment. So let's begin to do number 12. Create some new yarn strand there. I feel like Bob Ross today. Happy little crochet. So all your petals should be facing up, so nothing should be buried in behind if you did it right. And we're now going to begin and just pull one of the petals up, and you're going to use the single crochet that is directly behind it. And I need you to do a standing single crochet there. I love standing single crochet if you haven't already figured that out. So let's do that. So now we're going to reach towards the chain 2, which is in between the 2 petals that you see right here, and this will be a nice easy petal, and it's going to start with 6 single crochet. Let's count those out together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Anybody feeling like Sesame Street at the moment? I certainly am. So now you're going to chain 2 to split that petal in 2, and coming back into the same spot another 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Super. Once you have that done, you're gonna just move this petal in front so you can see the single crochet that's here, and you're going to single crochet that and then move on to the next one. So don't worry about these yet. You'll worry about those in the next round. So starting in the next piece right here, it's in between the 2 petals, so you'll do your 6 double crochets, chain 2 and 6 double crochets, and etc., and just keep on moving around. Okay, so do that, and I'll see you at the end of number 12 in a moment. So now coming all the way around, just finishing my last petal, and then just join it to the first standing single crochet. So you'll have these popping up front. These are kind of loose on their own. So the next round is a really fun round because we're gonna secure everything down so that nothing is popping up and being loose like that, and that's something that we're gonna do next time. So let's begin number 13 with the color B. In my case it'll be sunflower. Let's begin number 13. So number 13, what we're going to do is stabilize everything, more stable than your host today. And I want you to begin on a tip of the blue of the very last round that we just did, and we're gonna do a standing single crochet there. Awesome, right? So there's 6 double crochets that went down this side. We're only gonna use the first 3. So what we need to do is that I need you to think about depth. So the next double crochet, which is right here, is going to be a single crochet in the back post only. Get rid of that color. So single crochet in the back post. The next one in is going to be a half double crochet in the back post, so the stitch is getting taller. And then the third one away is going to be a double crochet in the back post. Okay, so that's gonna hold that in. We're now going to chain 2, and going into the tip of what you see right here, we want to just go in that tip only, and we are going to apply a popcorn there. So let's do 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then once we have that done, we're going to release it, go to the first one of the group, put it back onto the hook, pull through, and chain 1 to lock it. Then you're going to chain 2 and move along. So in the petal there's 6 as I mentioned, so you're gonna just skip the first 3, just eliminate those out, and just concentrate on the last 3 before the tip. And because this is going up the slant, the first one out is going to be a double crochet in the back post, and then a half double crochet in the back post is next as you get yourself to the tip, and then the last one before the space is a single crochet in the back post. So we want the depth to match. Now we're in the tip again, so a single crochet and then work your way down. So I'll show you one more time. So concentrate on the first 3. So the first one out is a single crochet in the back post. Next one is a half double crochet in the back post, and the next one is a double crochet in the back post, and then you're ready for another popcorn. So chain 2 before you do it, move this up. Okay, so this is gonna hold that into position, and you're going to do a popcorn. So there'll be 5 double crochets there. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Get rid of it. Come to the first one, pull on, chain 1 to lock, chain 2 to move on, and then concentrate on the last 3 double crochets before the peak. So the third last one is the double crochet in the back post, then a half double crochet in the back post, single crochet in the back post, and then a single crochet in the peak. And you're going to do that all the way around, and you will notice that that will hold that petal and stabilize it, and I need you to do that all the way around. So this is round number 13. So I'm coming around on number 13, and I've just did my last popcorn. I've already chained my 2, and then I'm just finishing the final few stitches before I get to the end. So it's a double crochet back post, half double crochet back post, single crochet back post, and then just join to the first standing single crochet. So you got lots of 3D texture in that last round, and I want to eliminate this color, so get rid of it, and we're moving on to color C for number 14. Color C in my case will be back to purple, and I'll be back in a moment. Let's begin number 14. Let's start, and we're going to join with a standing single crochet to the chain 2 space after a popcorn. So this is a popcorn, so go to the space after it, and that's where you want to begin your journey. So it's standing single crochet there. Go right around the space. Now there's a total of 7 stitches here before you get to the next chain 2 space. So do all 7 of those as a single crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now if you weren't watching me, I would know myself that I got my counts right already, so I would not count those. I would just do it. The next chain 2 space, single crochet, and I need you to chain a total of 1. So chain 1, skip over the popcorn and go into the space after the popcorn and single crochet that one, and then the next 7 in a row. So I'm not gonna count it because I know that my stitch counts are right. If you prefer, that's up to you. The counts are really important though, so if you're not sure, make sure you do count. Once you have that done, single crochet into the next chain 2 space, chain 1, skip the popcorn, and single crochet into the next space after the popcorn. And what this is doing is suspending the popcorn into mid space like that, and you're gonna continue that same journey going around. This is round number 14. So I'm coming all the way around, just following the pattern as I know it, and then I've just got to chain 1 to jump over the last popcorn, and then just slip stitch to the first standing single crochet. So I bet you're wondering to yourself, well maybe not, now you might be, this is an octagon, right? So we're going to be doing that in the 15th round as we then transform this beautiful circle into the octagon, which is an 8-sided object. Let's begin to do the octagon section next, and we're gonna use the color E, and in my case E will be dark pink, and I'll be right back. Okay, ready for number 15 and blow your mind away? Okay, so what I want you to do is that I want you to look for a chain 1 space that's over top of a popcorn if you haven't figured that out yet. So it's right there. It could be anyone. And we're going to start with a standing treble. So like before when we did the double, we wrapped the hook once for a double, but we're gonna wrap it twice for a standing treble. And I am pinching the beginning of it with my finger right there so it doesn't spin out of control, and I want to go into the chain 1 space and pull through, and then pull through 2 and 2 and 2, and that's a standing treble. Now each one of the corners in this particular round are going to be independent of each other, meaning that the corner stitches do not share the same base. They're actually over by 1. So what I have to do now is that I have to go over and use the next 14 stitches. The 14 stitches include the chain 1 space that you'll run into when you get there. So let's go and do this in sequence. So we're gonna start off with, starting in the next stitch, is that you want to start off with 3 double crochets in a row. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to do 2 half double crochets in a row. So we have 1 and 2. Now we're going to do 3 single crochets in a row. So we have 1, 2 and 3. So you'll notice that we were tall and we're getting smaller so that we can have a nice flat side. So now we're going to start getting bigger again. So it's just the opposite to what you just did. So it's going to be 2 half double crochets, so 1, and you'll notice that this is a chain 1 space, which is the next one, so make this space also a half double crochet, so use that space as a regular stitch. And then you have 3 double crochets, so we have 1, 2 and 3, and finally at the end of the sequence you'll end up with 1 treble right there. Okay, so there's one side there. So now you're gonna restart again. So you're gonna chain 1 first to restart. Starting in the very next one, you want to apply 1 treble and then do the sequence all over again. So it's going to be 3 double crochet. So we have 1, 2 and 3, and then we have 2 half double crochets in a row. Notice this chain 1's there, use that as well. So we have half double crochet, so we have 1 and 2, 3 single crochets then, so we have 1, 2, 3, and then 2 half double crochets to get bigger again. So we have 1 and 2, and then 3 double crochets, so we have 1, 2 and 3, and we're not done. The very last one is a treble. And what I want to point out to you at this point is that when we started above a popcorn. Just see, you see that? So you're gonna do one corner and it will not be above a corner that popcorn, but the next time it will be, and that helps you just keep an eye on that. So chain 1 to restart the sequence again. I'll take you through one time because I gotta do it anyway. So it's just gonna be 1 treble and then 3 doubles. So I just skipped a stitch by accident. So 3 doubles. So we have 1, 2 and 3. 2 halves. So 1 and 2. 3 singles. So 1, 2, 3, and then a half, and you'll include this space of course. So you get 2 halves in a row. 3 doubles to get taller again. And then finally you'll end with a treble. Chain 1 to turn, and starting in the next one go through that sequence, and you're essentially turning this into flat sides object, which will be a total of 8 sides because it's an octagon. Please do this all the way around for the remaining of round number 15. So I'm coming all the way around and I'm just completing the sequence as I know it, and the very last stitch before the beginning is a treble, and then you're going to do what do we have here? We're going to do a chain 1 and then join it here to a treble. Now you're gonna eliminate this color out, so this is the color E, so we're gonna move on to the color A next, and that was a brownish color. It's espresso. And what I would need you to verify before you move on is that you do actually physically have 8 sides of this. If you don't have 8 sides, this pattern will not work. So make sure that you do have that before moving on, and I'll be right back in a moment. Let's begin number 16, and we're gonna go to any chain 1 space that equals a corner. Okay, it can be any one, it doesn't matter. And I want you to do a standing half double crochet first. So just hold on to that and wrap the hook, and going into the stitch, pull through, and then pull through all 3 loops. That's a standing half double crochet. It just looks nicer. So let's begin our sequence until we get to the next corner. So we're gonna start off and we're gonna do a double crochet front post in the next stitch. So it's right here. So double crochet front post. Okay, and now we're gonna continue our sequence. The next one is a double crochet back post. So we're creating some texture before we're finishing off this octagon. So then the next one is gonna be a front post. It's all double crochets. So you just keep alternating between the two until you get to the next corner. So as you get closer to the smaller stitches, it gets a bit tighter, but it's doable. I did it, so I think you can too. And this is also helping to maintain that octagon shape by keeping all the stitches the same height on this round. So ultimately I'm just looking for the next chain one space basically. And I keep alternating until I get there. The one before the space though should be, and here's the space, it should be a front post double crochet because that's how you started this whole area over here. So now you're going to come into the space and you're going to apply 1 half double crochet, chain 1 and 1 half double crochet, and then start the sequence all over again. So the first one out is a front post double crochet, and then a back post, and etc. And you'll do the corners in all the same manner. So please do this all the way around for number 16. So I'm coming all the way around to the end of number 16, and I'm gonna finish with a half double crochet and then chain 1 and then just join it to the first standing half double crochet to finish. Okay, so we got one more round to do before we start the joining, which we'll do the joining process in the next video from now, but we're just gonna concentrate getting ourselves to round number 17 for today's segment. And I want you to get rid of this color, get the color G already up for you. In my case that'll be medium gray, and then that's where we're gonna conclude today's tutorial. So get that ready, I'll be right back. So we're gonna start with the number 17 next, and it's our last round for today. And what I need you to do is go to a chain 1 space in a corner, any corner will do, and I need you to start with the standing single crochet there. Nice easy round. Each one of the stitches going out, here's where people make mistakes. It's on that first half double crochet that people don't see, and so just move this stitch out of the way if you don't see it, but it's right here. See this half? So make sure that you do get those when you go in. So you're just gonna apply 1 single crochet in each stitch going all the way across to the next corner, and I'll be there in a moment and I'll show you. Where people go wrong is on the half double crochets in a corner, and I try not designing with half double crochets in a corner, but sometimes I just can't help myself because it's ridiculous. And sometimes you just can't help it. It's just you need the height of the stitch, right? And that's my case this time, and I'm sticking with my lies. It's true though, maybe. Okay, so we're coming to the next corner. So you have this stitch here, this is the half double crochet, see it's part of this. So then you're gonna go into the corner. So single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and don't forget this half double crochet that comes out, see it's somewhat hidden, just move it out of the way so you can access the first one and then do your single crochets to the next corner. So please do this all the way around. This is lucky round number 17. I'm not sure what makes it lucky, but it is, and I'll see you at the end of this round in a moment. So I'm coming all the way around and I'm going to conclude this octagon for now. Okay, so I'm going to single crochet into the chain 1 space and then chain 1 and then join with the first single crochet. Okay, so we have to actually technically do one more round for these octagons before we can actually join them together, so please do not join them yet. Make sure you see the next video when it's ready, and the instructions will be updated when it's ready as well. And if this is later on in the future, probably everything will be ready for you just to carry on moving through. So what I want you to do is do all of your 8 octagons up until this point, and then you're gonna hold for me and I'll provide more instructions in the future. And again, if this is well into the future, everything should be available to you in real time, so everything should be good. So but in the meantime, get those 8 octagons done up to here and we'll join them together in the next one. We are not going to do any sewing in this particular idea. We're going to do a join as you go, and that's why it's important that you see me in the next video. So that's it for now, and we hope you have a good one, and anything is possible with the study of possibilities Afghan.